It's the Giants and the Falcons under the lights on Sunday night.
The playoffs are in full swing as we welcome you to this postseason contest on EA Sports. Coming up tonight as we close another Sunday of football, we have a fantastic matchup for you between the New York Giants and the Atlanta Falcons. Hello to everyone watching. Joined by Brock Ewart up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And in a while, we're going to find out the answer to a question that fans have been asking for nearly half a year at this point. Who is going to represent this conference at the Super Bowl?
All of these coaches and players preach all season long, never look ahead. You can't do it. You got to focus so much on the present. But you know that every man out there is so aware of what's on the line today, where they could be playing in 2 weeks. It's going to be a game-long challenge, no question. Keep the focus on the right here and the right now. Once you've got a win iced away, well, then you can start entertaining those Super Bowl thoughts and those Super Bowl realities.
So out come the Giants, their first drive of the game coming up. And it's their fifth-year quarterback leading the charge.
He's definitely one of the stars in this league, a true franchise quarterback. And when you're at this level, Kate, you want to put your imprints on this game right from the jump.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they need to get 4 on 3rd down.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest.
Got him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out. And the Falcons scoop it up. And what a way to begin the scoring, Brock, as they take it back for the touchdown. The Falcons take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot. Quickness, right? It's usually the corner skill guys. Yep. But he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
Justin Tucker to try the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Falcons will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored. And with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Giants taking the field for their second possession. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing. And a man is there to knock that away. That one firmly denied by the man in coverage. And it's going to be 2nd down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
Here's a give up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
He had it for a moment, but a Great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Nice work by the defense on that drive, Brock, as it looks like they're going to get off the field here with a 3-and-out.
Yeah, kept them from generating any sort of momentum to give this drive legs. We know offenses, they've got to see the chains move to get it going. That forcible hit knocked the ball loose.
Secures this at the 17. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. It's out close to the 30. So out have the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out is a master at overcoming adversity before and after being drafted 8th overall in 2024. Out of your alma mater, Washington, it's Michael Penix Jr.
One of the big advantages of Michael Penix coming into the league is it wasn't storybook in college. In fact, he got beat up in Bloomington. Everybody remembers the end at Washington, the runner-up for the Heisman, the national title game. But he took a beating. Injuries derailed many of his years back at Indiana. And I think because of that background, because of all that gets built through that adversity, he's more than ready for everything that comes his way in the NFL.
Big gain, 14 on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
On first down, here's Penix. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
First carry here for Braylon Allen. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. They get 13 on the pickup. And the Falcons will have a first.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Penix on first down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Looking touchdown, but can't connect. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they face second down.
Yeah, that's one that's going to haunt him. There's just no question about it. A drop touchdown in the end zone. Now comes the mental toughness part of it. You got to flush that play quickly so you can make an impact later.
Couldn't connect on first. It's second down. Penix working from the gun. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And they'll stand him up and sit him down at the line.
Some certainly do it better than others, Kate, but every running back in the league today has got to do just that. You cannot be a one-dimensional back in the league anymore. You can't. You got to be able to handle your business, both toting the ball as a runner, and really importantly as a check-down outlet on short throws.
3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? And again, it's Penix. Has it at the 7. He'll be touchdown short of the marker, so 4th down coming up. Pushing the pace right away to start the game. Fourth down, here's Penix. And he's got it! That's a layup for it, but touchdown! The Falcons get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you can go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And the Falcons drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Throwing it to start this drive. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Take a look at that scoreboard, and you just can't backwards. If you're going to close this gap, you've got to stay on schedule. I've had a hard time doing so with the double-digit deficit.
They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. Connects with Johnson. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
He smartly won't risk something here, just chucks it away.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. He has it at the 33. And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory. Good return here of 19 yards. And the Falcons are going to be in great shape as they take over. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Trying the right side. Kicks this one outside. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Falcons will have a first.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play. But they will take that execution every time.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Now a give. It's Allen headed left. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense. Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Motioning the tight end now. They'll run here, following the penalty. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to the well again. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd and just 2 to go. From the gun, Goff. He has the first over the middle. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gained 18 on the previous play.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. Tight end going in motion here. Jacobs. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
Hey, I get it on first and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Now it's second and goal from the 1. This is Allen on the give. And he gets in. Touchdown! The Falcons take a 20-zip lead. Braylon Allen, the touchdown! Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff. Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Falcons push their lead to 21-zip already. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Giants offense all set to get started. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. Good rip on first down. That brings up second and 2.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
From the 38. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Only a yard that time. It forces 4th and 1.
You know, I'm not sure what else could have been done there, Kate. Just the right call defensively to come up with a 3rd and short stop.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. That's grabbed at the 10. And he gets him out of the deep part of their half. This is out across the 20. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. That throw intended for Drake London. So that brings up 2nd down.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. From the shotgun, Penix. Short pass brought in. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On first down, they'll run. And he gets him around 6 there. Ivan Pace able to make the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. We're 1 quarter into deciding who's going to represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. 21-0 our score. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at 2nd and 4. Right up the gut. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Ivan Pace able to make the stop.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
New set of downs for him from the 46. On the option, it's Jacobs. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Second and 12 behind the sticks. Setting up the screen. Oh, stiff arm. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
Got to be a pretty good actor. Got to be pretty good at selling to that defense. That's a drop-back pass. When you get a big play on a screen like that, boy, it's choreography by everybody on that offense.
They'll come up 1st and 10. Shotgun give now to Jacobs. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
They'll run now on 2nd down. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Penix here from the gun. Catch is made in close. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Here he goes on the bootleg. Vacates quickly left side. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Falcons running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. Michael Penix Jr. the touchdown. Great play by the QB there, Brock. The play broke down. He didn't have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, turned out to be the best call he could have made.
It is such a necessary tool in today's NFL for that QB to put right in his tool belt, Kate. You know, in my day, you could be a blacksmith, right? You just do the job and stay in the pocket. Not anymore. You got to be an artist. And you got to be an artist that can create when things break down. That's big time to get a touchdown out of it as well.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now he'll throw off the play fake. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
2nd and 10 now. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
All twitched up. They were ready to get it on 3rd and inches, but now a much different situation awaiting them after that false start. It's 3rd and 5 for them after the penalty. They'll try and throw it here. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. Takes it in at the 26. And he didn't quite... Still an excellent return that gets him up near midfield. The Falcons returning their offense and this running back to the field. And eventually, Brock, one of their drives is going to fail to reach that end zone. But through 3 possessions so far, they have been perfect.
Yeah, and in order for that to happen, somebody somewhere on this defense has got to rise to the occasion.
Penix now on 1st down. Hits him on the out route. He picks up 15 on the play. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Penix escapes the pocket. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. It's a 30-yard play, Brock, and they've got a fresh set of downs.
Obviously, a defense wants to take away all the reads and prevent any kind of big throw for the first down. Fine. Well, this QB, he'll just lower his head and gash the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game.
Flowers will go in motion left. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Wrong time to get caught for holding. Backed him up as they'll retry this 1st and goal. Running it after the penalty. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Still a good bit of work to do here, Brock, as they come up on it 2nd and goal. Penix looking to pass. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete.
Just something off in the rhythm of their passing game on that one. Time to recalibrate and keep throwing it to get back into rhythm.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. The Falcons spend the first of their 3 timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. They've held him out twice. Here we go. 3rd and goal. Here's Penix. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Along the right sideline, there's space. Into the red zone. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Giants cut the lead by a quarter. Down now to 21. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Has this at the 6. Returns looking good so far. Some good work on that return. Brock gets this up to the 33. The Falcons and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. Ball at the 33 for first down. Lone back gets the handoff. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
They've got a man in motion. On the handoff, Allen. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. 3 yards on the first down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Slot man motioned over. Play action. Here's Penix. Hits his running back. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And the Falcons will have a first.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
On first down, here's Penix. Flush down out to his left. Now he takes it. And he's down inside the 35 before going out. Ball at the 33 for first down. Jacobs gets it on the draw. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Sometimes the surprises work out for a nice game. And sometimes, well, those surprises, they don't surprise anybody, and you're left hoping your running back just gets up.
Penix working from the gun. That one's complete to London. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out. Well, the good part is he did bring that play to a stop. Unfortunately, looks like he got banged up on the tackle. He's in some discomfort out there. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Penix now to throw. To the right side and reeled in by London. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after him.
And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. It's a pickup of 5, and that brings up 2nd and goal. Going ground game again here. And he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons boat racing them to the halftime locker room. Nice execution to get that counter to the end zone. Maybe not the play we expected, Brock, but the play that they needed right there.
I love a well-executed counter. I really do. It's like a good boxer, Kate. You set him up with a feint one way, and then you hit him with the knockout the other. Keep them from answering the bell and stopping you from reaching that end zone.
Tucker on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Falcons grow their lead yet again. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Giants take over now late in this first half. And we'll see if they try to establish some positive momentum before halftime here, Brock, or if they just choose to head off and lick their wounds. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. To the air now on 1st and 10. Like a good target, Brock. Neighbors is there. They gain 14 on the play. And the Giants will have a first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
To throw here on 1st down. Nowhere to go with it, so he just throws it away.
There was almost no resistance offered against the rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
Dump off caught by his back.
Simply part of the job description for any running back in today's game. You're out there, you're going to be one of your quarterback's most important safety valves. And you've got to be ready for that check down at all times.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Throwing from the gun. Gets this to Bateman. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. The Giants using their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Still sticking with the passing game. Into the hands of Neighbors. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Throwing it again here. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after looks like a yard gain. A.J. Terrell making that stop. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. It'll be a 54-yarder from the right hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. That's halftime. Only 2 quarters standing between one of these teams and the NFC spot in the Super Bowl. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Kansas City Chiefs who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. For the Falcons, they were led in the first half by their quarterback, Michael Penix. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly. These 2 teams making their final adjustments for the second half ahead. It's time to get back at it. For the call, let's rejoin Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Thanks so much for the look around the league, Coach. But now it's time to turn our attention back to this one as we begin the 3rd quarter. The Hallis Trophy awaits one of these teams, partner. Just a half to go as we're off in the 3rd quarter. And an excellent return here sets them up almost at midfield. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And the way they've just been running it right through this defense all game, Brock, it's really been astounding to see an NFL defense defeated so soundly.
You just don't expect to see a defense at this level of football get worked so much on the ground. Every unit prides itself, at least a little bit, on being an old-school throwback team who can win a slugfest in the trenches. Get this ground game, they've been doing all the slugging here.
Here's a give up the middle. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Hey, these are the type of games he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They go play action. Here's Penix. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up.
Still first down.
Double the distance to go after that holding call. It's now 1st and 20. From the shotgun, Penix. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. At the 20. And he makes the Hefco. It's a touchdown on the pick six. Wow, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock. To have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Giants make it an 18-point game. A quick chance at redemption after that pick six as it's sent away. Here's a return from the 7. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Falcons back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Now we're on the counter. And he's able to drive up past the 40. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss. And following that run, looks like the back is in a little discomfort. Medical staff attending to him as we step aside. Five men in the secondary for the G-men now, ahead of 3rd down. Here's Penix to throw. It is Cup, left side. And he's officially into enemy territory now. They're going to give him the opposing 49. That's a pickup of 9. And it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Allen trying this straight ahead. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd down, he takes the option right. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there. That played good enough for a 1st. A 70-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
The difference right there, Kate, between that gain and a big hit for a loss is really quick decision-making. He made a quick read, saw the running back was going to get hit if he handed it, and he pulls it himself for a positive gain.
They send a man in motion. They'll run another option here, this time to the left. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Brought to a halt by Deontay Banks. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Throwing for the pistol, Penix. Caught by Flowers. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
Penix on 3rd down. He has the 1st over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. Penix here from the gun. Throw reeled in by London. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. On the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
To the sideline and secured by London. And he drives this down to the 8 before going out. A nice gain of 8 there, and that brings them to 1st and goal.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Come on, boys. Let's power up.
And again, it's Penix. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons can make it a 4-score game as they lead by 24. Drake London with the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Tucker able to tack on the extra points. And the Falcons continue piling on to this lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And they'll have a little momentum as they take the field here after their kicker drilled a deep one to end their last drive with points. And he's brought down for a loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, feel, and instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the 1st.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Here's a throw. Connects with Bateman. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. 16 yards on the play. And it's good enough for a New York 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
Throwing now on 1st down. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Giants will have a 1st down. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll run here on 1st down. And that carry only nets 1 on the plunge up the gut.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it shrinks to a 3-score game again, the lead 22.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The home team said Michael Penix Jr. set to take over again. And he's impressed beyond his work as a passer partner. He's been more than willing to run with it when the opportunity has presented itself. And I don't think they care how he does it, right? Just keep on moving that offense the way he's been doing. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Here's Penix. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Wow, it has been such a good day offensively for the guys up front. That's actually the first sack by this defense. And now comes the real question mark. Will it lead to more? Or will this offense learn a lesson and get back to the rhythm they've been in protecting?
Trying again, following the sack. That'll be complete to Jacobs. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Penix working from the gun. Oh, he missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
4th down punt upcoming, Brock, and here's Austin McNamara to put his leg into it. Fields this clean at the 30. And he's brought down before the return gets far. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And it'll be Giants football. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Handoff now from the gun. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Just a quarter left before one of these teams punches its ticket to the Super Bowl. The Giants have the ball, and they have work to do to save their playoff run.
Up right here one time. Stop the swing.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Looking to the air here. Dumped off to his running back. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. A 9-yard gain and good for a 1st down.
You know, Kate, they say a dog is a man's best friend. So a tight end that moves the chains on 3rd down, that's a QB's best friend.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Pass play coming here. He finds Johnson. And they get there to take him down right around the 41.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
This is complete to Neighbors. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
They're set up at the 35 now. He'll throw it yet again. Setting up the running back screen. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Well, this is the type of game we've come to expect from him as a runner, toting the ball, but he's just as adept at turning the screen into the same kind of yardage, too.
Running for the marker on second. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Caught quickly on the slant. And this is down all the way to the 3. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. They'll try and punch it in. Crosses the goal line. Touchdown, New York. The Giants get it back to within 2 possessions. And now the Giants keeping the offense on the field. We've got a 2-point attempt coming up. He's throwing for it. And he goes down. The pressure gets home, and they will not take another 2 off that lead.
You go with what you think is your best option. Meredith felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The home teams are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight their performance against him. It's a new set of downs for him at the... Up the middle, here goes Allen. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. It's Allen again. Blast through midfield. How about a big hitter? 30, 40 yards there and a new set of downs.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist, head the other way for a big run.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. Running on first here with Jacobs. Has some space inside the 15. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with first and goal.
You know, it is so refreshing for these running backs when they have space to run. It's hard. There's so many collisions between the tackles. When they get on the edge and have green grass, well, the best of them take advantage of it.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Working inside the red zone. Throw left side, complete. Touchdown, Atlanta! He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Falcons stretch the lead to 23. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. Now here comes the New York offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They'll throw on first. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets a small chunk there before he's touched down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 24. Connects with Johnson. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a first down.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. To the air now on 1st and 10. Has it downfield, working the left. Down to the 10. He will go. Touchdown, New York. The Giants making the scoreboard look a touch better. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Okay, Brock, dialing up another 2-point call. And you remember when your friends didn't have a voicemail? It would just ring and ring and ring. It's still ringing. Fall short again of reaching that end zone.
Yeah, this defense is not doing very good between the 20s or even in the red zone, but they do find a way to rise up. This is always my challenge with being super aggressive, is why give that defense something to feel good about coming off the field after you put 6 on the board.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. This is Allen on the give. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Right back to Allen. And he's going to take this only to about the 31. Give him 2 on the run. That's going to set him up with 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Penix. That's caught for the first. And they can't bring him down until he gets into that red zone at the 19. Give him 13 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he won't get anything there. Several defenders nearby to hold him up. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
Buying some time left. Cut near the goal line. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. So now a much tougher task here as they come up on 2nd and 20. Penix here from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons, well, they can probably just run away and hide.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense. It just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Penix facing a 3rd and long. Heaves this one for the back of the end zone. Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing 4th down. He's one of the greatest to do it. Justin Tucker on for the field goal. He better get all of this one. It's got a ways to go. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that extends the lead to 20.
Get another shot across the bow of a ship that's already sinking here, Kate. He could have made that field goal. Heck, he could have turned around and kicked it directly at his coach because it feels like they've got this one in hand.
He's going to return it from a yard or 2 deep. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Giants about to get to work on offense. And this a final opportunity to make things a little closer in that final score. Pass play on 1st and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Hurry up offense now as time runs down. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. Clock working against him here as they hurry to that line. Gets this to Johnson. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Here he goes. Got to have this on 4th down. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to get the football inside the enemy 40. Wow, an aggressive choice to go for it on 4th and that kind of distance. And an equally aggressive play in coverage to pick that pass off.
Yeah, that down and distance, you're not running it, right? Too far to get to the stick, so that defense had all eyes on the quarterback. They knew that pass was coming, and it's one thing to know it. It's another thing to execute it and go. Momentum swing for this defense.
They take a knee, and that's going to force that defense to burn a timeout if they want to save any clock here.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
So the Falcons defend their building and take the win at home. And one last huge step has been taken, partner, as they claim that George Hallis Trophy as NFC champions. Now just one step and one trophy remain. 2 weeks from now when they take the field in the Super Bowl. With Brock Ewart and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. A well-earned win for the Falcons as we say goodbye from Atlanta.